Okay, I remembered. I wanted to talk to you guys really quick about the whole membership thing. I'm sorry, but I figured out why, some people were getting so upset. They think that I'm going to be charging for this channel, and I'm not. It's still free. Nothing's changing here. The membership thing is a totally separate thing. It's for people that are interested in my art and spirituality and that kind of stuff. It's unless you're really interested in that, you know, then I would suggest joining the membership site. But it's stuff that I wouldn't bring to this site anyway. So I'm not withholding anything from you guys. It's stuff that I don't feel comfortable putting on an open public forum. So I'm going to just deal with that on that side of the channel. And so just for people that are interested, but I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to be free. This channel ain't changing. You don't have to pay nothing. Well, good morning. Nope, that's not going to work. How's that? Well, good morning. It's another beautiful day here in paradise. It is cold and gray and rainy, and I love it. Absolutely love it, except for the fact that I have to go out into it. I would much prefer to be able to stay home and then just enjoy it, but I'm still working. Yay! Anyway, I'm grateful I still have a job to go to. So I wanted to talk to you guys some more about, what's going on with the whole social insecurity thing right now. And I really recommend, if you're not already watching him, that you subscribe to Dr. Ed Weir, WEIR, PhD, former Social Security manager, because he's got a lot to say. He knows the ins and outs and what's going on and how this is going to affect everybody, especially those of you that are already collecting Social Security and I'm sure are kind of worried about what's going on. I think he can ease your mind a little bit and explain, because I keep hearing from people that it's going to be eliminated, and I really don't think that's happening, and neither does he. So yeah, why don't you go listen to him, and hopefully he can answer some of your questions. But I really like listening to him. It's very interesting. Okay, we've been talking about different options for those that are going to be retiring solely on Social Security. And we've come up with a few good ones. And like I said multiple times, not each of these options is for everybody. That's why we're trying to come up with different ones, because we all have a different idea of what we want to do or how we want to live on our Social Security. But you guys have come up with some great ideas. And yesterday we talked about moving to a different country. Some people are just going to relocate to a different state within the United States because they have, different costs, and it's just some, you don't have to pay as high taxes. It's just, inexpensive living and, blah, blah, blah. It's just more affordable. But some people have suggested actually moving out of the country altogether. And I've never done my research on that, because that just doesn't even appeal to me in any way. But I know there are people that are, considering it. I've actually heard from one couple that are doing it. They're living in, I think it was Thailand. And so far, so good. I think he said that they moved over there about 6 months ago, and they really enjoy it. But it's not for everybody. And you need to be aware of that before you decide to make a major move like that, because it's going to cost to move, and there's a lot of things that you have to consider about your citizenship and coming back, and family, and sure, it's more affordable, but I want to read a comment from a gentleman that wrote to me regarding this, and I thought he made some very good points. So he said, as a person who has resided outside of this country twice, you should think long and hard before doing that. Maybe give it a test drive. The failure most people make, even the ones moving to Florida to a lesser degree, where he lives now, is that they tend to undervalue what they have and overvalue what they don't. This has a habit of biting them in the arse. Most adults are dependent on their surroundings without even realizing it. I know I am. And when they move, all they knew is replaced with something else. If you really want to experience this, try moving to a predominantly non-English speaking country with predominantly native born. A funny example of many I can relate is one guy, another American, asked to have someone send them a videotape with American commercials on them. This was a long time ago. Seriously though, losing your culture is no joke. I didn't mind. I seem to be able to live anywhere and even make lemon out of lemonades. And I've lived in some seriously sketchy areas. Wow. Yeah, I could totally see that. Going on vacation is one thing. It's, fun to experience new, surroundings and new cultures. But to live there permanently, oh, wow. You talk about experiencing culture shock, you would, yeah, I would miss the familiarity, and especially as we get older, it would be easier to adapt, I would think, when you're younger to make a move like that. But if you're waiting till you're in your 60s to make a move like that, yeah, I could see that could be hard. Finding new doctors, um, banking, just all the usual stuff that we do that we take for granted and is easy may not be. Their system is different. So I don't know how it would work, and it's just something that I personally wouldn't consider, but I know a lot of people are, and I'd like to hear from you. I've only heard from this gentleman, and I heard from one other couple, and I'm just curious um, how it's been. I know some people are considering it. They've been to where they want to retire. They visited it. They enjoyed it, but they haven't stayed for any real length of time, like 6 months or longer. So I think that's the key. You have to go there and stay for a while and see what it would be like. So I just thought that was interesting. So that's part of the that option to consider. I mean, with all these options, you need to consider, the pros and cons, because there are pros and cons to each one of these options, whether we're talking about moving out of the country or living in your vehicle or getting a roommate or moving to a low income senior complex. These all have pros and cons, and you need to think about that ahead of time. I did come up with another option that I haven't mentioned yet, and this is one that my husband and I have considered throughout the years. We've been talking about this, and that's being a campground host. We go to the same places year after year. We go camping in the Sierras, and we go camping at Morro Bay and Dana Point, and just up and down the coast. And sometimes they'll have the same campground host year after year, and we get to know them, and we talk to them and ask them, what it's like, and do they enjoy doing it, and the benefits and all that. And almost all of them absolutely love doing it. And the ones that do it as a couple seem to enjoy it the most because they can share the responsibilities. One person can actually leave and go to town while the other person's still there, watching over the campsites. And that would be our case. And the nice thing about that is sometimes they provide the trailer, not often. Usually you have to have your own. And you get free, you don't have to pay to stay there for that period of time. So, you get to park your trailer for free, plus you get paid for your labor, and that's over and above, your social security, and you're, out in nature and you're meeting new people. The work isn't too strenuous. You do have to clean bathrooms, just depends, on the people that you get. But overall, the people that are doing it really seem to enjoy it. And the one couple that had been there year after year, they were older. They were, I would say, late 70s, but he seemed pretty physically fit. And his wife, she never came out of the trailer. I never seen her, but he did say that she would go into town and get supplies and stuff like that. So yeah, that's just, another option to consider. But I'm sure those positions fill up fast. I don't know, where you'd want to do it. If it was me, I would want to do like the Sierras, or yeah, a beach campsite, because we've been to some campsites that are like on the moon, and there's no shade, and in the summer it was just hotter than heck, and I thought this wouldn't be fun. But they're getting paid, and they're living there for free, so it's an option. I see a lot of nomads when I watch the nomad channels. A lot of people do that, and they only have to do it for a season, and then they have the rest of the year off. They travel around and they come back. So yeah, just think about that. That's just another option to add to the list. I thought that was pretty interesting. um, I'm tired. I'm tired today. I stayed up late because I try to go to bed. I try to go to bed by 10 o'clock. I want to be asleep. But a lot of times I bring my phone to bed with me and I start scrolling, and before I know it, I look at it's 11. Like, even that hour makes a difference. So I've got to stop doing that. I know you're going to scold me, say you shouldn't be bringing that to bed. I know, but that doesn't mean I'll do it. I know a lot of things that are bad for me that I shouldn't do, and I still do them. Like, drinking my bowl of coffee. I switched creamer. I've decided that I know that whole cream is better because, I'm doing the carnivore thing. But like I said, I use a lot, and it's too much. So I switched back to using almond milk, which I actually like the flavor of, and way less calories. And, I think it's one carb for what I'm using. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. I think this is preferable. So yeah, I think I'm going to stop drinking as much coffee. I think it's having the opposite effect. When you drink too much, I'm drinking 2 to 3 cups a day again. And like I said, I'm still tired. I think that's why. That's usually what happens. It doesn't work. But I've been watching, Static Camper Van Kevin, and he's a coffee addict, and he talks about it all the time, and he's always making a coffee. It just makes me want coffee. Every time I watch a show, it's like I want a cup of coffee. So I've got to quit that. I think this is my new vice, is drinking coffee, and there's no benefit to it. It's not doing anything for me anymore. I can drink a cup of coffee at night and still fall asleep within an hour or two after I drink it. I know some people say it keeps them up all night. Nah, never does that to me. So, okay, well, I think that's all I really wanted to talk about this morning. I'm going to be doing some stuff this afternoon. I got to go take care of that fix-it ticket that I got because I let my tags go. But we went and paid it, and I think my understanding is that if I fix it within 2 weeks, I only have to pay $10. But I think I have to either stop a cop or go to the cop shop and show them proof, and then just pay my $10. Otherwise, it's a $150 ticket. So let's hope that's not the case. I hope I just have to pay the $10. And I had something else to tell you. Give me a minute. I'll figure it out. I'll be back. Okay, I remembered. I wanted to talk to you guys really quick about the whole membership thing. I'm sorry, but I figured out why, some people were getting so upset. They think that I'm going to be charging for this channel, and I'm not. It's still free. Nothing's changing here. The membership thing is a totally separate thing. It's for people that are interested in my art and spirituality and that kind of stuff. It's unless you're really interested in that, you know, then I would suggest joining the membership site. But it's stuff that I wouldn't bring to this site anyway. So I'm not withholding anything from you guys. It's stuff that I don't feel comfortable putting on an open public forum. So I'm going to just deal with that on that side of the channel. And so just for people that are interested, but I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to be free. This channel ain't changing. You don't have to pay nothing to watch me. So that, I think that's what the problem was. People thought I was actually going to start charging you, like I would charge you for this. YouTube pays. No, just your presence is all I need, and your lovely comments. That's all that I need on this side of the channel. The other side is going to be a much smaller, more intimate gathering of like-minded souls. That's what that part's for. So yeah, I hope that clears it up so nobody's upset, because I did wake up to one very rude comment. I just deleted it just like that. It wasn't even from one of my regulars, so it was just somebody just had to pop in and drop some doo-doo on my day. So I was like, nope, not putting up with that. And with that, I guess that's it. That's all I got to say today. But I'll be back because it's a short video. And I'm sure I'll have a lot more to say this afternoon. This is my Friday. Yay. And yeah, things are going well. I've been feeling good. I'm still looking for that other job. But maybe the membership thing might be like somebody said, maybe that will be my third job, because I do have to do separate stuff for the membership channel, and I'm going to be doing lives over there and stuff, so it's going to be a lot more work. But like I said, I totally enjoy doing this. This is therapeutic for me, and even though it's work, I feel like that's all I do anymore. When I'm home, I'm either figuring out what I'm going to be doing, kind of writing out a script, doing some research, then setting up everything, and getting it all situated, and then editing it, and then uploading it. And yeah, and I'm not even doing a lot as far as editing and stuff like the professional people do. But they end up hiring people because they do a lot more. Does this look funky? Like I said, since I've lost weight, all my shirts are falling off of me, and I refuse to buy new clothes until I lose the other 40 pounds. I'm just not going to invest in it. But so I've had to pin things up, and it looks kind of funky. But I'm going to be wearing a jacket or a sweater today over this because it's cold out. So, but yeah, just drives me nuts. I keep having to pull it up. Oh, well, you guys have a great day, and leave me some comments, hit that thumbs up button, and I will see you in the next video.